Would both teams please line up for the national anthems? Please rise to the Polish national anthem. Please remain standing for the Wales national anthem.
Go, boys.
Bring your kids in. We've had a message from Alex Williams. Go, boys. He says you guys are smashing it. You fought hard and scrapped against England. Scored some spectacular performance from you. The Wales way is to fight and scrap in the first round ball to last, and you're showing that great spirit that all Wales players have. You're doing us proud. You're representing Wales pride colours. Even worrying one or two of the older guys when it comes to senior trials. Keep on battling for every second and enjoy every second of it. Wales on three! 1, 2, 3! Wales! Let's go, boys!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Prague, Czech Republic. This is Steph Michelson, president of the European Lacrosse Federation, doing commentary. I will be joined shortly by Brian Whitmer, who knows a lot more about lacrosse, men's lacrosse, than I do. Hello. So this game, our second of the afternoon, is between Wales and Poland. We've got a huge crowd out for the Polish team, but I reckon the Welsh fans will be just as loud. So we've got the referees going through the pre-game instructions with both teams. And we will be starting in just a moment, so sit tight. So we're just about to start the face-off for Poland. We've got number 19, Simon Tabaszyński. And for Wales, we've got number 17, Aaron Eastwood. Poland gets the ball. For those of you who weren't able to catch the first match today, we had Latvia play Israel, went down to overtime. Israel nudged out Latvia 5-4. So we're wondering if today is going to be as tight a game between Poland and Wales this afternoon. And of course, we've got the bronze medal game coming up later this evening, 6:30 local time. So this is Poland's first time fielding a U20 team. It's the first U20 men's tournament we've had, but Wales have previously fielded U19 teams to the World Championships run by World Lacrosse. So Wales, at least administratively, has a bit more experience in terms of organizing a group of boys, young men really, to these sorts of tournaments. Poland last year hosted our first ever women's U20 championships. And we definitely see some familiar faces from the organization and the administration side of things. So we've got a technical foul by Wales, offside. I'm going to try and do my best to remember everything I've learned in the past few days about men's lacrosse. I am a women's lacrosse player and umpire, so some of these rules are, to me, quite new. We do have a similar offside rule in women's lacrosse. Signaled very differently, has different consequences. This ball's out on Poland, just having touched the stick of number 21 there. So the ball's going to go to Wales. Up to the goalie, number 2. That's Will McDonald in goal for Wales. He's got lots of space. Ball's up to number 4, off to 5. Wales running up to the Poland side. Number 94 from Poland giving him a lot of grief to get that ball back. Wales shot on goal. And goals by number 17, Wales, Aaron Eastwood.
Scored by number 17, Aaron Eastwood. Unassisted.
So 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Goal score is 1-0 in favor of Wales. Poland signaling to keep it calm while they pass the ball around. Shot on goal, but also a whistle. Ball is with the Wales goalie, number 2. And up to Brian Eastwood, number 17 on Wales. Having just scored the previous goal, will they do it again? Shot on goal by 17, denied by the Polish goalie. And they've got number 13 in goal. Jakub Smith is the goalie for Poland. First timeout called by White. This is a Welsh timeout. Good chance for these teams to get hydrated. We're not looking at temperatures quite as high as we saw last weekend, but it is quite warm and toasty out on the pitch today. Important to stay hydrated, especially when you're doing lots of running around. I was seeing one of the referees' Fitbit trackers, and I saw he did 13 kilometers in one day. So that's a couple of kilometers walking to and from the venue, but a lot of running out on the pitch. And just speaking of the referees, just wanted to give them a huge thank you for being here with us this week. Everybody's given up some of their annual leave, their summer holidays, so it's great that they're here with us, really making a huge difference, making sure that the play stays safe and fair throughout the whole tournament. So thank you very much. If you see any of them walking around in stripes, give them a high five, say thank you, shake their hands. They're really here giving of their time. Fantastic job this week. Balls with Poland goalie up to 23, long pole. That's Jacob Setley who's got the ball now for Poland, running up the pitch. Good shot on goal, but denied by the goalie in Wales, Will McDonald, number 2 in goal for Wales. Ooh, big hit between two Polish players. I think they ran into each other rather than their Welsh target. Loose ball, picked up by Poland. Ball's going back and forth between Poland and Wales all through the midfield. Ball's now with Wales, 12 to 16. Quite a big tackle by Poland on 14. That's number 66 from Poland. And another one from Tomasz. 66 is Tomasz Króla from Poland. Making a few big hits on the Welsh team there. And that is the end of the first quarter. Wales lead 1-0 against Poland, and we will be back shortly. Both teams back on the field for the start of the second quarter. This is Wales versus Poland, and we're here in the Prague, Czech Republic. And my co-host Brian is finally up here. Finally some real lacrosse expertise, and I can go back to making bad jokes.
No. I'm going to have to listen to this one later. I bet you did a just fine job. I do apologize. I did have to orchestrate the closing of the European Lacrosse Festival here in 2019. We had 5 teams for 3 days, and we have 7 national teams coming in this weekend. So lots to do, lots of different hats.
Very busy. That's the thing about European lacrosse. You get in for a penny, in for a pound. If you are interested in volunteering at all through European lacrosse, contact your local club. They are more than happy to have you on board. Contact us if you want to get involved at a European level. We can always use more volunteers. We very seldomly turn people away. So if you're inspired by what you see today, if you've had a great time this weekend, do think about volunteering and just spreading the workload a little bit. It's always great to have more hands on board.
And if you are overseas and you want to get involved, if this stuff sounds interesting to you, don't ever expect $1, right? But this is a great way to see the world. This is a great way to give back. You know, I know you don't get, paid for your position. I don't get paid.
What do you mean? I'm rolling in the big bucks. I am not.
If you're okay with sleeping on couches and going to see the whole world and playing lacrosse, this is an awesome way. This is a smaller sport, but that doesn't mean there's not awesome opportunities out there. Oh wow, that doesn't get much closer than that.
Amazing.
Off the bar, off the back of the goalie, the tichka is Czech for pipe or crossbar.
We also learned that pupki is the Czech word for belly button. Completely irrelevant to lacrosse, but a great word nonetheless.
I forgot about that one.
We've both been practicing our Czech. Brian, of course, lives here in the Czech Republic. I just show up for the tournaments and to hand out medals and do color commentary and learn the occasional Czech word, which may or may not ever be useful.
Yeah, I've been living here almost a year now.
Wow, and how's your Czech coming along?
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah, my Czech teacher is abysmal. She does not make me speak a word of it, so I'm not progressing very well, but I have fallen. I learned the coaching words.
Excellent. Always good.
When I coached in Italy, I learned the Italian coaching words.
Yep.
When I played and coached in Australia, I couldn't understand anyone. So yeah, a shot there.
Good save.
Wales does look to be controlling the board here. The Polish goaltender there he's not going to give up any of the easy ones there, but we do if you take enough shots, numerically, they will go in.
It's just pure statistics. I mean, yesterday we were talking science. Today we can talk about statistics if you want.
Which is kind of science.
It is. It's the science of numbers, really.
I cheated really bad in intro to stats in college.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I wouldn't have graduated if I didn't just cheat my little, whatever the word for butt is in Czech.
I'm a statistician. That's what I do in my day job. I look at numbers. So this is exactly my kind of thing where I get to crunch some numbers.
What's the statistical significance of I don't know.
Making up words.
Yeah.
Making up theories.
Speaking of stats, Point Bench is our statistics supplier. Is also Peter Tahal with Point Bench is the statistics supplier for most of, I would say, all of Europe.
At this point, yeah. I mean, if you're not using Point Bench, who are you using? We've been using them at our European Championships at least since 2012 when I started getting involved. And they, Peter and his team do a great job, absolutely phenomenal job.
It is lacrosse statistics software built by lacrosse people, which my brother works in tournaments and organizing, and they use volleyball software. That's built for volleyball, but
yeah, quite different.
This is legitimately built for lacrosse, and I have not seen. There's sidearm sports and there's whatchamacallit, point streak, but they're all dust compared to Point Bench. Honestly, I've used them both. I've used them all. And if someone could teach me to use Point Bench in 20 minutes, Scott Neese.
Yeah.
you really can't go wrong. It's about as simple as it gets.
Yeah, you don't often need bells and whistles. You just need somewhere to write down your numbers.
Yeah. No, and then sometimes you have some rosters that need some editing. Oh wow, shows him his back, tries to reach around with a bounce shot there, blocked in front. Number 11 for Poland. I believe he took the shot in front there. He's a Katowice product. They call him Żaba or Frog.
The frog.
Frog kid.
Interesting.
According to Blažej Rokički, I can't remember Blažej's last name. He can like deadlift like 600 pounds or something crazy like that.
Wow.
And he's a tiny little guy.
He must be pure muscle in that case.
Oh,
wow.
We like to call that the triple bounce shot.
You can just see Poland are gutted at that.
Jacob Schmidt is. There's nothing you can do about that. I don't know if he's upset. You can't be upset with weird bounces like that.
Yeah.
So that will be a timeout in favor of Poland there. Well, we do see Wales go ahead by a score of 2-0. This, of course, is the 5-8 consolation bracket of the 2019 Men's Under-20 European Championships. I'm Brian Weber, joined by Steph Michelson. See, I was like preparing to say your name.
I know. You got some extra G's in there.
Yeah. Like where do you put it? Like just because you're not going to use it, like doesn't mean you're not.
Yeah, just a G going spare, really. Anyone need a G? I have one. That's not a drug reference, is it?
What?
A G going spare.
I don't think so. I did recently. Mike Barclay's commenting on the stream here. He's one of my Scottish players, Scottish box national team guys. He's a righty, became a lefty. He says, "Don't you speak about Czech wife like that." Oh, she is a terrible Czech teacher. Her English is flawless.
So we do have a live stream going on today, and yesterday we know we had viewers all the way out in Canada, namely my family. Thank you. But we would really like to know where you are from and how far is our reach.
Who's the furthest? Let's see what we got.
Yeah. Shout out if you are from outside of Europe. Just write down on the live stream.
Oh, what do we got? Just messaged Brian via Twitter. I don't have a Twitter, so I'll tell you what, if you are listening, I'll write my email address down here.
You are going to get so much spam.
Anyway, Ludwig, why don't you message me on literally anything but Twitter? I don't have a Twitter. I don't know what you found.
Ludwig, if you want to go to the European Lacrosse Federation Facebook page, send us a message there. We will get in touch. Always happy to have more volunteers to help with everything in lacrosse. We very seldomly say no. There's my sister again. Hi, Andrea.
How does she know you're doing this?
I messaged her, and she is, I think has broadcasted it to her entire office.
Okay.
So there's now a lot of very
Hello,
curious
office.
people. Kansas, excellent.
Kansas is nice.
Maryland.
Detroit. Mike Barclay's giving me the gears right. Oh, that's what I was going to say about Scotland. I did write my entire team. So the Glasgow Clydesiders, we do have a domestic team, so we're starting, really trying to get boxing us going there. And I said, hey guys, if you could bring any extra gear to the new players. And gear, of course, is slang for it's a drug reference.
Right.
Apparently in the UK. And
Things I'm unaware of, but despite the fact that I live in
well,
the
I was
UK.
told by one of the players, like, hey, in the future, like, don't call it gear. Like,
Right.
I was like, oh, why? And they had to explain the whole thing, and
Maybe that's a train spotting reference, and that is very distinctly
I believe it is
Scottish.
a train spotting
Yeah,
reference.
it's like a very particular neighborhood
Oh, is it strictly?
outside of Glasgow.
Okay, very interesting.
Excellent. Hola, Mexico. Fernando Hernandez.
I've met Fernando.
Excellent. All the way in Mexico. Totally global at this point. I wonder what time it is in Australia. Do we have any Aussies?
It is the evening of tomorrow.
The evening of tomorrow. So coming to you from the future, do we have anybody in Australia, New Zealand? Is it tomorrow evening already? I think wouldn't it be tomorrow morning?
I can't. I honestly.
They may also just
yeah.
be asleep, which is legit if it's about 3 in the morning over there.
We did just have one of my players, Adra. He is. I played with him in Singapore. He was studying in Malaysia.
Okay.
And I was helping get a program going in Malaysia.
Yeah.
They've been up and down, roller coaster program. But he's from the African country of Chad.
Excellent.
And he was here this weekend, and we sent him off with a couple sticks. and a couple balls. Barbara, if you are hearing this, I owe you 6 balls. But yeah, we sent him a couple sticks and a gear bag and a helmet back to Chad.
Phenomenal. That is in the west coast of Africa. You know, I used to live in the Gambia. It's on like the rump part. I always think of it as like the rump.
I have no
Got
idea.
the Horn of Africa, which is Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti.
I did have to admit that I honestly have no clue.
Okay, so I'll do the science and the geography. You do the lacrosse.
Yeah, I'll take care of the lacrosse. Wales here making a fast break of the hole. Plays the wing. Nothing really to see there. Can he get to the middle? What a save.
Well done.
Actually, absolutely fantastic. You know, Oscar Meller did get to the middle there, but all credit does go to Jacob Schmidt, the goalie. And we will see Poland try to get on the board here. They do have some offensive power there. Nice. That's a nice dodge right in the middle there. You got to pull that trigger a little faster, my friend. Little scrum there. That will be counted as a shot. The ball does go out of bounds. Whoever's closest to the ball, where it goes out of bounds on a shot, will retain possession. Jaba makes a play of it. I can't pronounce the real name, you know. Oh, it's Patrick Wojcik. That's not super.
It's not too bad.
No, I could do that.
We have been consistently mispronouncing all names, so it's not just that we're, you know, picking on the Polish team. We are generally quite poor at pronouncing.
Let's see what we got here.
Names.
That's still. Barclay, yeah, buddy, I would have loved to have you in Prague this weekend. I do know that you guys are doing the Edinburgh Sixes next weekend. Want to talk about Olympic lacrosse? What's the small side of lacrosse? How do you feel about it?
It's a bit touchy. I think there's lots of opportunity for smaller countries to get involved because you don't have to field such a massive team if you're only putting 6 on the field. In terms of resources, you have to step it up if you think you're going to send a team to the Olympics. And from kind of the logistical side of things of ELF running tournaments, it is very likely that if we do switch to a different format of lacrosse, we will keep sort of the traditional lacrosse that you're seeing here, and that we have coming up for the women's side in Netanya in a couple of weeks, with potentially another set of tournaments, of 6v6 tournaments. So from my side of view, great
like
opportunity.
They'll do additional tournaments, and they won't be.
Yeah.
Anyone who thinks they're going to take your lacrosse away, I think you're safe.
Please come and take some tournaments off my hands. I don't have summer holidays. I come to lacrosse, which I love doing, but I would love to be playing more than sitting up in a box commentating.
Wow, Mike, why aren't you telling me this ahead of time? Mike Barclay says Qatar is coming to play in the Edinburgh Sixes. To the best of my knowledge, that's the first time Qatar will be playing anywhere outside of Qatar.
I think so, yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Qatar is like Middle East Asia area for those of you who are looking frantically on an atlas where it might be, or just Google.
Mike Barclay is the newly elected development director of Lacrosse Scotland.
Excellent.
Oh, what a
Always good
take
to
in
hear.
front there. That's an absolutely phenomenal effort. I'm not sure if someone got a piece of that or if it did miss the goal. That was an absolutely fantastic attempt by number 6 there, Dylan Braddock. He's been absolutely fantastic for Wales. I think just a little off the mark. Peter van Jan Bert is watching from Belgium. I'm not familiar with that country.
Do you mean Belgium?
Yes, I do. We did want to see the Belgians here this weekend. There were a couple countries like Belgium and Netherlands who they do have they have youth lacrosse going. I don't believe they aren't to that. They don't have the championship level. They're not here yet.
They are sending a women's U19 team to the World Championships in Peterborough in Canada this summer, though.
That's Belgium?
Yes, they are.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have. Oh, they said that Mike Barclay. Good for you. Got Greece going there too. I do. There's a lot of people up in arms about this whole small side of the cross thing. Okay. Can you please give it to all my players? These guys, or in the and Eurostars, yeah. Sorry.
Brian's just sorting out beer orders for his team.
You know, when the tournament's over, I did organize 2 teams here.
You did.
For the European Lacrosse
It's a
Festival.
well-deserved round of beers, let me tell you.
I organized 4 teams for the World Championships, and I organized with some assistance. I organized the Glasgow Clydesiders and some other teams as well. When the tournament's over, you gotta organize a round of beers.
Absolutely, well-deserved cold beverages.
What is going on here? What are we looking at here? So Peter Jan Bert says they're working on that. I would imagine the next European Junior tournament, I would imagine it will be much more populated.
Absolutely. I mean, this is our first time out. We had the women's first U20 last year. This is the first men's U20. I think 6 last year, 8 this year. Good numbers. I am really impressed by all the play we've seen, the dedication of the players. I mean, some of these guys are like 16, 17 years old.
I heard great things about. Oh, there's a nice take, and there's a goal.
Oh, excellent.
Poland's on the board. Yeah, point right on up here. Number 5 there. I'm sorry, Josh Allegra from Salamanca, New York. Definitely a box-oriented player. Way to take that check there. The slide comes in just a little late. And Poland is on the board. Wales ahead 2-1. So this is a round robin in the 5 to 8 round, and that will decide placement.
And then we've got the bronze medal game tonight, starting at 6:30. And remind me again who's playing in the bronze
Czech
medal.
Republic and Ireland.
Excellent. I believe that's a rematch of the opening game, wasn't it?
It is literally the exact opening game.
And how did that one turn out in the first place?
The Czechs were ahead 4-2 at half.
Yeah.
And then the word I want to use is imploded.
Oh dear.
For the second half. I shouldn't say imploded. Like, bad things didn't happen. They just stopped playing their game.
Right.
And Ireland, being a team who has not played together before this, they had a lot of figuring. They had to figure things out.
Yeah.
And you've seen Ireland get better throughout this entire tournament, to the point last night where they took England to overtime.
Yes, they did.
What a
that
game.
was a thrilling game, wasn't it?
Unbelievable game that was. So I do believe the Czechs have gotten better every single game. They did give Germany a very good contest in the semifinals.
Absolutely.
So I think we're going to see the best Czech team we've seen, and I also think Ireland, they want something back from that England loss there. They played their hearts out. They didn't get across the line in the end, but I would expect this bronze medal game to be just as intense as that gold medal game later on. Wrocław, Poland on the board. Aleksandra Sulikowska from Wrocław, Poland. Wrocław, Poland, the Polish team here will be hosting the 2020
Men's Senior Championships.
Senior Europe.
And also, let's say hello to Sid. First time watching lacrosse. Sid, I hope you're having a lovely time and really enjoying this game. And do stick around. There's another game coming up after this. So, first time fan. How fantastic.
Sid Vengeance, where are you from? Where's your friend Joe Hicks? What?
I'm guessing Wales.
I'm going to guess Wales as well.
Number 10 on Wales.
Number 10, Joe Hicks. Well, Sid, I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing here. You have a nice spirited contest, 2-1. Wales does retain possession. A timeout will help them retain possession. As I said there, you cannot call a timeout in your, I don't know about, what is women's lacrosse? Can you call it in your defensive end?
They have sort of changed rules about when you call timeout, and some places have adopted it and some places haven't.
So what is the rule?
Good question, because I don't umpire at a high enough level to remember. Okay. I organize a lot of things. I have a wonderful team that I run, or that help me run lacrosse. I can barely take the credit for it all. I delegate a lot. And so we have a fantastic umpire coordinator. We have a fantastic referee coordinator. I leave the rules to them. Let the experts handle it.
So for men's lacrosse, for the version you're watching, you are not permitted to call it. You must be on your attacking half of the field to call timeout.
Okay.
Or a dead ball situation.
Right.
That's actually pretty simple.
Yeah, it is.
You have to be on the attacking half.
Yeah.
And or whenever you want when you're just not playing.
Excellent. Makes sense.
You do get 2 timeouts per half.
Okay. If you don't use them in the first half, can you carry them over?
Nope, use it or lose it.
Good to know.
Those timeouts are a lot of fun. They're more or less used. I would say that 80% of timeouts are used to retain possession.
Right.
You know, you might have a long stick running into a double team, and you're like, "Whoa, let's stop playing right now."
Right. Yeah.
It is a nicer way of protecting your players. You also have a running time clock in international lacrosse.
Yep.
So sometimes if specifically if you're making a run coming back, and that clock keeps ticking, sometimes you score a goal and it takes a long time to set up a face-off. Sometimes you call a timeout just to freeze the clock.
Right. Okay. Except I learned in the last quarter, the last 2 minutes are stop clock.
Correct. That is a new World Lacrosse edit. Is in the last 2 minutes of the 4th quarter.
Okay.
The clock is stop clock. What time are England playing? That game will be at 4 on Saturday, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they'll be in the final.
Oh, that's going to be no goal. I think you're going to see no goal here. I think you're going to see a very emphatically waving off the goal. So you're going to see, I would say, the leading penalty acquirer, Jacob Setley, heading to the box.
Oh, I saw that list. We have a list of all these
Do you?
stats.
Well, just for the games I've seen, Setley has spent.
Yeah, 23, Setley.
Oh wow, that's nine personal fouls. So
12 minutes.
I think this is gonna be this will be a technical foul. I believe he pushed him from behind, and they do wave off the goal. So while Poland does save the goal, right?
Are they playing man down now?
While they stay off the board, they do take the penalty.
Yeah.
So it's a very fair call by the officials. They disadvantage Poland by taking the player away, but they don't disadvantage them by awarding the goal. So, give and take.
Another cool thing that Point Bench do, I've got all the statistics here for penalties. I've got #1 team in terms of taking the penalties. Sorry, Poland. And we've got by player. We've got the goaltender statistics. I mean, not to plug Point Bench, but that's exactly what I'm about to do because they're just it's such an easy software to use.
It's the best.
It is.
It will be used for the European Championships.
Yep.
They just recently signed the contract with the World U19 Women's.
Excellent.
So they will be doing Peterborough.
Yep. I can tell you also that the #1 in terms of points is Paul Noring from Germany, followed by Aidan Dempsey in Ireland. All sorts of interesting statistics right at my fingertips.
Yeah. Oh, the Point Bench. These are live stats. There's a computer at the table, so you can follow along the game there. Oh, yep. You see, he is in the crease. He is in the crease when that ball does cross the goal line. I'd like to see that one more time, actually. I would, yeah, whatever. These calls are easy to make when you do have slow motion replays.
Yeah,
However,
we are some of the best referees watching it on a replay and following what the actual referees have done.
Yeah, it's very easy to be a referee staring at a screen. Oh yeah, toes on the ground. Yep, toes in there. Yeah, that's a very good no call. His foot was very clearly on the line. That is no goal. However, that pushed. They got it right. They got it right. If you're that guy in the crease and you put the ball in the net, you always do want that award. You want the goal.
Yeah.
Nature of the beast in there. Rob Schmidt's son is the goalie. So shout out to Rob, Jacob's dad. Oh, they did call that penalty on the wrong player, didn't they? Jan Danilo. Yeah, you are correct. They did assess Setley with that penalty, and he's not even on screen. You are correct. Absolutely. So we will give you a brief break here. I'm Brian Wimmer, joined by Steph Michelson. This is halftime, so we do have quite a bit of time here to play, or time to kill. So we will be back after this for more 2019 Men's European Under-20 Championships, Wales and Poland. Wales did have possession at the end of the second quarter there. Anytime there's a man down situation, regardless of who is in the penalty box, so if Poland had held the ball, Poland would have the ball. So anytime there is a man down situation, whoever has the ball does start with it to begin the next period.
Interesting. I did not know that. Thank you.
That's a fun one, just because you know what? Obviously, there's been a flag down situation.
Yeah.
And I would be disadvantaged just because the clock ran out.
Yes.
You know, and the clock runs out just to give players a break. We're giving intermission, so at the end of the period, like, why would I send that back to a face-off? It's an interesting rule if you really kind of dive into the nitty-gritty of it. But yeah, it's one of those interesting ones. You know, you did see at the beginning of the week a lot of players shooting early in the man up.
Okay.
Just because the clock was ticking down.
Yeah.
And I think you're seeing junior teams learning that rule. You also see junior coaches.
Yes.
This Polish team, I believe this is the first time. Jandre with Poland, Jakub Lipczyk with Poland. These
I
guys.
think it's Jakub if you're Polish, Jacob if you're anybody else.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce Polish names.
Jakub. These guys, I believe it's their first time coaching. On the other side of the bench, you do see Rob Ingram-Clark, Kieran Garvey. I believe it is their first. They're coaches, they're lacrosse coaches, but I don't know if they've ever been at this stage. You know, this magnitude. This
national
this
team
is
level.
the national team. This
Right.
this is a European championship.
It is. I mean, it's no. Yes, we say it's the juniors, the U20s, but for these kids, this is like the pinnacle of their lacrosse careers to date. Hopefully, not the pinnacle of ever. Hopefully, we'll see them, growing into their national teams, sticking around for quite a long while still. And if they don't make the national team, keep on playing club lacrosse, play rec league, get involved, get coaching, get refereeing. There's always something for people to do in lacrosse, regardless of their kind of capabilities. I mean, we've managed to find we find spots for everybody to volunteer.
And what I say to people is, hey, the first time you get involved with European lacrosse, you probably have to pay for it. You probably have to pay for your flight. You probably have to pay for a hotel. Pretty much the second time and onwards, you're not gonna get paid. But you got a friend. You got a couch to. Oh, Tom Carver. Where have you been lately? I haven't seen. Yeah, he's a. Anyway, Tom, we'll get to you later.
My mom and dad are watching. Hi, mom and dad.
Some cheers from Ottawa. You know what's also cool is Matusz Rydzak there. I'm assuming related to Jan Rydzak, the referee, and Polish national team player. He's a teacher. He's a great guy doing youth lacrosse stuff in Poland. That comment there says "Goal Polska." Also, a good cheer. They say good goalie from Wales. It's not like, oh, we don't like Wales. It's sportsmanship. Even on the YouTube
yeah,
channel.
And like if you want
where you probably see some of the most ugly things that humans have ever said to each other.
I like that our lacrosse players and our lacrosse fans are absolutely keeping it classy and just being so supportive. I think that's such a good sign of our community and
it's just humanity.
Yeah, I'm just going to be the one who starts crying anytime soon. I just love this.
If you start crying from a YouTube comment.
I know. I need to get my life checked, don't I?
Yeah. You said it, not me.
Yeah. Pupki.
You do see Poland kind of throw it away there. Those are the hard ones, when it's not someone hurting you, it's not someone fucking, finding that weak spot and pushing you down. It's the throwing the ball away that you really just, darn it, I threw the ball away, or darn it, I stepped on that line. Those are the hard ones. Cheers for the Warsaw. Tom Carver did live in Warsaw. The Warsaw Grom. That was the first clinic I ever did in Poland was in Warsaw.
Very nice. You've been quite a few places for lacrosse.
I've done well. If you're interested in having me over, just shoot me a message. I will be there.
And I think that's the best thing about lacrosse is it will take you all over the world. I've played in Canada. I've played in quite a few European countries. I scored the first women's goal in Argentina.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
there we have a goal for Wales. I believe that was Dylan Braddock again. Dylan's been having himself a excellent tournament. Let's see this again here, the replay. Nice look inside. Catch. Just, you know what? That's the most simple way to throw the ball in the net. No fake, no crazy stuff. Just throw it. Just throw. That's what I did when I was a kid, when I was growing up. I'm gonna throw it at the ground because you know what? I bet he's not gonna catch it. Dylan Braddock's been having himself an excellent tournament here. I would argue that he's the leading goal scorer for Wales. I do believe we have a stat sheet somewhere here for scoring.
Dylan Braddock, yes.
Dylan
10
Braddock.
points, 7 goals, 3 assists.
He's just outside the top 10 for scorers in the tournament. He comes in at 11 before this game here.
This might bring him back into the top 10.
Oh, wow.
Now.
That was just absolutely unnecessary coming from the Polish there. Yeah, and so you see the ball outside the zone, so that will kill the play. So they said number 3 for Poland off. See, 19 through the cross check. It should be 19 serving. I think they got the wrong guy for the crime. But yeah, just the ball's away. You are not allowed to make super physical contact with a player who does not have the ball. They are protected just because they don't have the ball. You can pretty much get away with murder on the ball. The things that are protected the most are your back, your head, anything below the hips really. You can't trip anybody, you can't push anybody, you can't slash, cross-check.
As much as it's a physical game, you need to still keep it safe.
Correct.
You can't kidney punch anybody.
Yeah, we do want to, we encourage physical play, but the rules we do have in place are to keep our players safe.
Just picking up a comment here from Connor. Brian and I were great yesterday. Thank you very much. Brian is back in the booth. He was busy handing out awards earlier. I don't know if you caught it, but he has joined me in the booth now. The quality has significantly gone up with the two of us here.
Well, it's a conversation. If you've never done color commentary, that's another way you can help out with lacrosse.
Yeah, you have like 0 qualifications, and they'll let you up here.
Do you have a voice? Can you speak English? Actually, you know what? We probably. Oh, and there you have it. What a goal. Number 8 for Wales here. I'm going to go with, that's Cameron Probert. An absolutely fantastic goal. Connor, I'm glad you're watching, buddy. Connor Wilson is one of the first couple guys I met over here on my first time coming over to Prague for the Ali Hrabeska Memorial. I got involved with Blacks All-Stars for a long time. Connor was a great asset. He helped me get a lot of different countries. He helped me share what a lot of countries were doing. Connor Wilson is an absolutely fantastic influence on our sport. I do believe he wants to pull his own hair out, 90% of the time. But hey,
just because he
we all do.
You.
Yeah, No, it's usually I try to be the good guy for me. I try to be a helper. We do work on the Lax 9 project with Scott Neese. It's a tournament held in the Onondaga Nation every year. We do some work together.
I do always think if I didn't have to have a real job, I'd quite like to be the female version of you, just kind of bumming around lacrosse all across the world. I think that'd be a good life to live.
It's not expensive, but it's not. I hate to say it's not. I hate to say anyone can do it. I understand. I'm very fortunate with my connections and just luck, honestly. But it's not exclusively for me. Yeah, if you do want to, pick a country. If you want to do some lacrosse there, you could pretty much make it happen.
I have a mortgage to pay, though.
See, I don't.
Yeah, the big difference in life stage is I have a mortgage, and the bank will otherwise take my apartment.
I have no mortgage. I have no kids. I actually got rid of my student loans a couple of years ago.
Well done.
Growing
up life.
That one was hard.
Hashtag adulting.
Yeah, I worked at a ski resort for cash for a couple of years, and I gave my mom, a cool $30,000. I'm like, here, this is. I went to a state school, so it only took $30,000, but. Yeah, that was a big monkey off my back.
Yeah. I don't know if we can send this out to our tech team, but we don't have the score overlay. Thanks, Sid, for pointing that out. For those of you watching at home, it is 4 Wales, 1 Poland. We're in the third with 4:49 left in the third.
So we have communicated to our tech team, and these guys are professionals. They'll take care of it.
Yeah. It'll be up in a minute.
Yeah. This is another plug for Point Bench. If you're looking for the score, it's 4-1 if you want to check Point Bench.
And just a few of our other sponsors. Honings have given us all the wonderful stripes we've seen on our officials, ProLaxShop.com and CaptainLax.com. Captain Lax is doing a nice little feature about what's going on behind the scenes because I've sent them some photos of Brian and I. We're going to just be in your face on all the social medias at some point over the next 2 days because the ECs wrap up tomorrow, but the tournament or the kind of festivities here in Prague are going on until Sunday because we've got the National Team Festival Challenge.
National Team Challenge, NTC.
Yes.
We have 7 national teams as well as the Conch Republic playing for 2 days. We did want to offer national teams a higher. Because the festival was actually very talented. But we wanted to offer national teams.
Yeah.
You don't want to play against clubs. If I say, hey, I want you to bring your national team in, you want national team competition.
Exactly.
So we do have a bumped up competition. Maybe not so much at skill level, but in, I don't want to say integrity, but in the makeup of these teams.
Yeah, so
You know,
it's not a bunch of guys that you know.
Correct.
It's not all Brian's mates playing
Correct.
against each other.
Yeah, the coaches will be taking this seriously.
Yeah.
They will be trying to develop their players, trying to work on their own gamesmanship. This is very much probably the first time we'll see national teams competing ahead of the 2020 Europeans.
Yes, big tournament coming up next summer as well. We are running the Men's European Championships 2020, and we are expecting at least 24 teams, so it's going to be potentially one of the biggest lacrosse tournaments we see in Europe. We are basically wrapping up our 2 tournaments this summer. We've got this one, we've got the Women's European Championships, and then it all starts over again as we start planning for Men's European Championships to be held next summer in Wrocław, Poland. Also, I love Wrocław. Have you been?
Oh, it's awesome.
It is like
I
the
go
cutest place
I've
ever.
been for the Sleazy Cup a handful of times.
Wonderful.
I have done camps for the Polish national team. It's like, I want to say it's like Amsterdam. I guess they call it the Venice of Poland.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But there's canals, there's water, it's a green city. There's like a billion little gnome statues hidden throughout the city.
Yes, I was just about to
They're
talk about
awesome.
the gnomes.
They do have one that looks like he's playing lacrosse.
No way.
I forget what he's doing. He has like a butterfly net.
The common butterfly lacrosse net conundrum.
Yeah.
I used to live in the Netherlands, and we'd often cycle around. Obviously, everybody cycles there with our lacrosse sticks slung on the back. And sort of the number of comments you get about butterfly catching.
Yeah, my buddy's dad made fun of me for years for catching butterflies. And there you see Oscar Meller getting that goal again. He's had himself a good little afternoon here in the golden city of the Prague, Czech Republic. He's not a small guy. I'm not going to call him large, right? He's not a monster, but he does have, meat on the bones. He can get through those checks. It is nice to be a little larger sometimes and play this game.
Yeah, I think especially when there's a physical physical side to it, it does help to have that commanding presence on the field.
Especially in a long week like this, we have seen quite a few injuries. Maybe some of those injuries are due to just the level
Oscar
of
Meller?
just the level of play, like the level of enthusiasm, the level of intensity that these junior players. Probably the first time, 99% of them have worn Wales or Poland on their jersey. I'm a national team player.
If this is your first time out as a national team
You're going
player,
crazy. You're
think
going
about
hard.
How flippin' thrilled you must be.
And you're going hard, and I
Yeah.
think that sometimes, unfortunately, that takes a toll on the body.
Yeah, it very well can.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, that looked bad. Did you see another Welsh player down?
Yeah.
Wales has been plagued with injuries. Oh, that's not good.
Looks like an ankle.
Yeah, you know what? It was nothing malicious. I think he just got a little caught up there.
Yeah.
He will get off. This is what I like to see. I hate to see, I hate to be derogatory to players who go down, but hey, if you go down with a shoulder, your legs are fine.
Yeah.
Hey, if you go down with an elbow, your legs are fine. I like to get off the field. And again, if you're hurt, stay down. Don't listen to me, right?
Yeah.
But
Brian is not medically trained. Don't try this at home.
I always tried to get myself off the field. You do see coaches Kieran Garvey and Robin Clark there carrying number 17 for Wales off. That's Aaron Eastwood.
Oh, he's been doing a lot of their face-offs.
Yeah, he does also have 3 goals. He has 7 points? No, that can't be right. What's this? What's the P? Penalties? Yes, he's got 7 penalties. Sorry. We do wish the best of luck to Aaron. We hope you're all right. As I said before, Wales did have 6 tournament. Oh wow! And there's the Jabba. There's the Frog Kid. I'm not sure if you could pick up that sound for the fans here, but we did have a Polish heritage team here to support Poland. We also have a Polish national team coming from the National Team Challenge. In combination, there's probably 30 Polish guys here in addition to the Polish national team on the field.
I mean, it's not that far a drive for them.
No,
coming over.
but the point is that these guys are here supporting their next generation.
Absolutely. If you know a lacrosse player, support them. Write about them on social media. The more we get lacrosse kind of out there, outside of North America, it is very much an outsider sport. And so just the more we hear about it, tweet your friends, put us on Instagram, European Lacrosse Federation on Instagram, EC19 on Instagram, hashtag EC19. Anything to do with that, getting lacrosse more known to people is absolutely key for us to grow.
Carry your stick around. If you're going to the bus station, carry your stick, right?
People will ask you.
People, and you know what? We had a guy. I've been living here for a year, and we had a guy. One of my festival players was carrying a stick around, and this guy said, "Hey, is there lacrosse here in Prague?" And he's been living here. He's a producer. Czech film is a massive thing, and he's like, "Hey, I haven't played lacrosse in 10 years. I've been living here for 10 years, and I'd love to get involved." And,
amazing.
So I sent the guy an email and hope to get the guy back involved. And he's a Canadian guy, and a nice save there, the Welsh goaltender. So on that save by Will McDonald, we will end the third quarter. Wales ahead by a score of 5-2. That is not an insurmountable number of goals. The Polish national team can get that done.
One every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's easy. Not easy. The Welsh defense is playing well. Will McDonald's playing well. The Polish are finding their opportunities. I do think this Polish team is better than 2 goals in 3 quarters.
Yeah.
They've been developing. They're figuring it out. They're gonna make it happen. Let's see. Brianne Allegra says Josh Allegra of the Pittsburgh area, box and field player from Western New York area. He's Polish and Native American heritage. It's an interesting mix. Well, specifically out in Poland, or out in Buffalo, in Western New York.
I mean, you go to North America, you get all sorts of things. I'm half Dutch, half Polish. So,
I want to say the lines were a little differently drawn back when my family did leave the. So I'm Dutch, German-ish, whatever, and then and my mother's side was Italian.
Okay.
I'm eligible for an Italian passport.
Excellent.
I'm not. I probably won't pursue it. I'm about as Italian as I am anything else. But
you have
Frogman.
at least coached there.
I did coach in Italy.
Yes, whoever's bringing us pierogies.
Yeah, Shemek.
Absolutely.
Shemek, bring me pierogies. Yes.
My babcia used to make pierogies. She's now about 893, and it's slightly beyond her capabilities. But if you bring us some pierogies, you will be my absolute favorite.
All pierogies will be rewarded.
Yes.
I do call anytime I see a Polish player, like, oh, my little pierogi. That is my.
My little dumpling.
Oh, hello, we say that at Jan Rizdak every time we see each other. Oh, hello, my little dumpling. Ooh. Shemek, yeah. Bring some pickles as well. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Polish food is great. I love Czech food.
Guys, can we just organize a little Polish picnic for Brian and I tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely.
We'll be on the field.
Commentary can be bought.
Absolutely. We can talk nicely about
say whatever
teams.
you want.
Yeah.
For some pickled food.
Absolutely. Sauerkraut, pickled red cabbage. I'm all over that as well.
So Wales does win the opening face-off here with a I don't want to say commanding lead, but they do have a pretty firm lead of 5-2 here. That includes a goal waved off. That includes I would say a hefty majority of the possession time.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to score when you don't have the ball.
Generally, that's how it works, unless it's an own goal.
Oh, there's a big shot from Braddock. Polish defense not looking super confident. They know what happened there. You do like to see a defense get together and kind of talk about, hey, guys, what went wrong there? And, the goaltender can only be responsible for so much. And that one, I think they kind of no one was guarding Braddock. He kind of just stepped right in, found the slot, and he gave that one some kilometers per hour right there.
If you were a goalie on the men's side, are you allowed to wear shin pads?
You can wear as much as you want, as far
okay.
as I'm aware. We do have a macho bravado culture, men's lacrosse. I'm not saying that's even a bad thing. Just it's the less is more.
Right.
You know, I haven't worn shoulder. I've busted both my shoulders. I've had just about every injury you can have. Quite honestly, yeah. You only wear gloves, arm guards. Arm guards are actually not mandated in international lacrosse. You are required to wear a helmet, gloves, and a mouth guard.
What about a cup?
I don't think that's mandatory.
Really? That is concerning.
It is concerning.
Because that sounds like it'd be much more painful than a ball to the mouth.
It's the worst thing in the world.
I can only imagine, given that I have none of that stuff.
Yeah. We could talk about.
Let's
you know
not.
what? I've been very fortunate to very rarely have that one. I actually was coaching. I have a 6-year-old team. I'm coaching 6-year-olds with Barbara.
Excellent.
Bazatova.
Yep.
And we have a Smikov development team where we're trying to introduce. Oh, there's a absolutely fantastic end-to-end goal there for was that Jake Setley?
Yeah, Jake Setley, 23.
He's had a great tournament. It's a long run and a long walk back, but the goal is worth it. A well-played.
I mean, it's the walk of pride, isn't it? The stride of pride.
Yeah. Actually, that's probably my favorite celebration. I believe you were calling the game with me before, but I'm not a big organized celebration person. I think that's a little foolish. I don't believe it's good sportsmanship.
It's jinxing as well.
Yeah, my favorite celebration is give a guy a high five and run back to your spot and do it again.
Yeah, consistency is key. When you see players conversing, I like to make up little stories, like make up my own little dialogue. I imagine that where there, the Welsh player was like, man, that was a really good goal. Well done.
You know what? It runs the gambit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not so friendly. Sometimes it's the funniest conversations you'll ever hear in your life.
Probably, and I like to make up my own. I just imagine they're exchanging pleasantries.
I have said some of the worst things I've ever said in my life come out of my mouth have been to the defenseman standing next to me or the attackman standing next to me, depending on what I'm doing. However, I've actually preferred the opposing team's company to my own teammates in certain instances. Like it seriously is the entire spectrum there.
Yeah.
And that's some people decide to play things one way or the other. We try to keep things in the good sportsmanship of the game there.
Can we give a shout out to Garth, who's been watching all week long? Well done. Consistency is key, Garth. It really is.
Garth, where are you from?
Guys, we will do shout outs. Obviously, only if you're polite to us, because we are monitoring this. So don't.
There was an interesting character last night. Folks, if you could do us a favor and just share this stream, share this link. Try to get as many possible. Let's get the world watching European U20 lacrosse. This specifically this weekend. We do have a bronze medal game here between Ireland and Czech Republic, and a beautiful rematch. We're all expecting an intense game tonight.
Oh, it's gonna be massive.
Hey, this is free lacrosse.
Yeah.
This is literally free lacrosse.
I've just got a shout out from my friend Colin, who's of Scottish origin, living in Chatham, Ontario. We've known each other for, I think, about 15 years now, and he's watching. Has never watched lacrosse before in his life. He thought he'd tune in today.
I think that's a big thing, is making it accessible.
It is.
Free lacrosse on a stream. Hey, do I like the sport? I don't know. Oh, yeah, pay $5 to watch the game. Nope. Not a chance.
Watch it for free? Absolutely.
I am a massive lacrosse enthusiast, and when the PLL and MLL is actually free, but when someone wants me to sign up for something, even sign up for something for free, I'm just like, I'm not doing that, right? I want a live and free stream. I think the Czechs do an absolutely fantastic job with production. They do an absolutely fantastic job with doing it for free, right? They just want everyone to know how great lacrosse is here, specifically in the Czech Republic, as well as all over Europe.
Yeah, a lot of that is offset by our sponsors, though. So do please check them out. They do a great job in helping us promote lacrosse, making sure that it is accessible. So do keep that in mind. Somebody somewhere has been paying for this feed, so do give them a shout and try and support the people who support us.
Help us help you. Help them help us.
Yes, so we can help give you more lacrosse.
Help them help us.
Lots of aunts and uncles on here today as well.
You know what,
Very
that's
exciting.
a cool thing for family too. You know, you get to watch your kid play, or you get to watch your friend play. You get to watch your. I think we had a boyfriend shout out for number
from Wales.
Yeah, Laura Wallace. Her boyfriend was injured. If I'm thinking of the correct kid, he's a big guy. He's a big defender.
She's got number Niall. So Laura, shout out to you and to Niall.
Yeah, he if I remember, if that's the player I'm thinking of, it was a really. He busted up a play and he just got kind of hooked up. His knee twisted a little bit. It was really unfortunate, but he did make an awesome, aggressive play there to make it happen. Who do we see walking in here? The Irish are walking in their electric orange shirts.
I would have thought that was the Dutch. That is a very eye-catching number one in safety color.
Seriously, it's a complete opposite end of the field from what you're seeing here, but this electric orange. I don't believe you're allowed to wear that color in a movie theater.
For obvious reasons, it is bright.
Yeah, we do anticipate seeing some of the national teams arrive today. Norway and Netherlands have told me they're both in town.
Excellent.
They will have scrimmages tonight. Norway had a practice this morning. Netherlands and Poland will scrimmage behind this field, in the turf field, at 5 o'clock, I believe.
All right. I know quite a few guys from the Netherlands. Used to play for the Darmstadt Devils. Shout out to my friends in Utrecht.
Darmstadt Devils usually win the Dutch league, correct?
They usually do. The women's team I used to play with won this year, so I shall hopefully be seeing all my friends.
That looked bad.
Ooh.
Dylan Braddock is down. The check
but up.
Didn't look terrible.
And a bit gammy, a bit limpy. Looks like he's about to shake it off.
The call was ruled a slash. It didn't look overly.
Got it on the replay.
Yeah, it looks like he got that.
Like right in the hip.
Either bottom hand or right in the cup region.
Safety first, friends. This is why you should wear a cup.
I actually still have it on. I
Don't need to see that, Brian.
I did just get done playing in the European Lacrosse Festival.
There's a reason why we put the cameras on the field and not on us.
I can't play lacrosse without one. I'm terrified.
Swansea in the house. We've got John from Swansea giving a shout out to the 4 boys from Swansea playing from Wales. Excellent. Swansea is in Wales. For those of you, again, geography courtesy of me. Brian does the actual
Rob
stuff.
Ingram Clark, the head coach for Wales, he's told me that his mother says that Wales, the shape of the country of Wales, looks like a pig's head.
Interesting. I have not considered that.
I will pull that up for you.
Everybody's going to Google Wales now. Hashtag Wales.
See the snout there?
Oh, yes.
Just the ears up top.
Rob's mom is not incorrect.
She's also said that is not a thing. Like that's not a. It's not a very common. Like people don't say that.
What they do say. So I live in the UK now, and they often compare the size of things to Wales. So like this country is 4 times the size of Wales. So Wales is like an SI unit.
Yeah, that's
it's a standard unit
measurement
in the UK. Everything is in relation to Wales.
Folks, if you do see our physio down there in the Nike sweatshirt there, she's been here every minute that I've been here. And quite honestly, she's been busy every minute she's been here.
Yeah.
I don't want to say she's been too busy. But seriously, if you
see
her, she's already working on some other poor soul.
Someone should bake her some cookies and or buy her a beer.
I'd say if there's pierogies, I'm sharing with her.
Yeah. She can come to our Polish pierogi picnic tomorrow. Team Poland, we need some pierogies from you guys, please. Because I cannot make them. I'm staying in a hotel. I did once try to make pierogies, and I don't know how my grandma was like 83 at the time. I was shattered. I was so tired from making a day's worth of pierogies, and my grandma, my babcia, was still making them.
Shout out to Wall Ball Paul. I have been told that is the nickname for the Welsh player. Paul Worthington. I actually do have a whole, man, I gotta find my list here. Rob Ingram Clark did send me a list of things to say about his team.
I think, though, we have to say equal things about the Polish team. Unless he's bribing us with Welsh delicacies such as leeks,
Yeah.
daffodils, and lamb.
You know what? Actually, my first introduction to Welsh lacrosse, they did invite me to have dinner with them in Budapest.
Okay.
And so I had dinner with
So
them.
that would have been EC 2016.
Correct. Very nice people. And I forget, I got to be friends with a couple of guys. And then later on the week, they had all their rookies, guys who had never played for the Welsh national team before. They had to eat a leek.
Okay. Was it raw?
Yeah.
Oh, that
And
is.
it was a big one.
Yeah, that's kind of
A leek
Yeah.
is like a spring onion, but
like
worse.
on massive steroids.
Yeah. So if you're thinking of a spring onion, those things that like garnish your food with, this was that, but significantly larger and more onion-esque.
Yeah, they're really good if you saute them.
I can see that.
But if it's raw,
I can see that.
that being quite unpleasant. My mom has a good recipe for vichyssoise. Again, shout out to my mom and dad who are listening and have actually never watched me play lacrosse, but are now watching me do live commentating.
That's always fun. I actually have omitted telling my parents I'm doing color commentary.
But I think you do it more frequently than I do. I've just gotten
So there's
roped into this.
there's two positions of this booth, and there's play-by-play and there's color commentary. They've heard me do color commentary before.
Yes,
I don't think they've ever heard me do.
the play-by-play.
Yeah, and I'm gonna work on that.
I think, I don't want to say desperate times call for desperate measures, but there's a reason I'm up here.
Budgetary constraints.
I like to think of it as all hands on deck.
That's true. Yes.
You want to help out, we will find a place for you.
I did see you filling water jugs this morning.
I am not. I will get my hands wet and dirty.
I was helping supervise a bleeding Polish player today.
Yes.
If you come over here and you want to help in lacrosse, don't think you're just a ref. Don't think you're just a player.
You are everything.
Don't
to
think you're
everyone.
just an organizer. Don't think you're just anything. You will be asked to do crazy things.
Yes.
I once slept when I was doing that Polish clinic back in 2015. I slept at a player's house, and he had been out, drinking all night. And I woke up in the morning, like, hi, I'm Brian. Like, they put me in an apartment with a guy who I had not met yet. In the morning, they're like, he can't drive. Like, you have to drive.
Oh, right.
And I had never driven a stick shift. So I had to figure out how to drive a stick in Poland.
Live to tell the tale.
And, yep, still here.
Another goal for Wales from number 16.
There he is again.
Oscar Meller.
Oscar Meller I think that might be his third of the game. And you see that size come into factor, right? The Polish players wanted to just play that stick, right? They saw something tasty, right? They wanted to play the stick. Well, all they need to do is force that body out, right? Maybe a little bit of a lazy slide, no slide, late slide. Yeah, he's walking, he's laughing.
Yeah.
Like, he's not on the ground. Anybody who walks through your crease should probably be on the ground by the end of it.
Yeah.
I like
So the score is 7-3 in favor of Wales. We're in the final quarter. It's about just over 5 minutes to go.
Tom Carver says we nearly crashed. He was in that car in Poland. He actually remembers that. Oh, we nearly crashed multiple times. We had a long stick in here, and a beautiful long stick goal. That might be his first of the tournament. Ethan Chapman, an absolutely massive individual effort.
Yeah.
We do like to talk team game and passing and assists. Ethan Chapman just did all the work himself. And, we do need to, give out the props for those players who, go above and beyond. And
I mean, he's a long pole.
I think he takes a big whack right here in the toes.
Just
yeah,
the physics
that's not fun.
of a long pole. I mean, women's lacrosse sticks are about the same length as a regular men's lacrosse stick. Long poles, I think, are, 2 meters? Nigh on 2 meters?
They are 72 inches.
Centimeters, please? This is Europe. We do metric.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Anybody online can tell us how long a long pole is in centimeters or in meters.
It's close to. It's got to be close to 2, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
72
I'll get out of my
is
Wales Google search. So we'll go 72 inches.
at 7 feet. if I'm not mistaken.
6 feet. 12 times 6. 1.8,
Oh, God.
1.8288 meters.
Okay.
So 1.8 meter stick. And if you've seen some of these guys in the professional leagues shoot that ball,
Yeah.
geez, they can throw that ball.
Just the
yeah.
propulsion you can get on that, like the physics behind it is intense.
Lay down wide. 2 hands.
This is an interesting ground ball here.
Out.
I don't know if I'd say that's sloppy, but that was definitely a beansy bouncy burger. It's hard to get a hold of that
A
one.
beansy bouncy burger.
I'm a big Swedish Chef fan of the Muppets.
Ah, yes.
Actually bring a team to Sleazy Cup every year in Poland.
Yep.
That team is called the Muppets.
Appropriate, knowing most of your friends.
And it is an homage to the actual puppet Muppets.
I see a team showing up in the background. Who might those be? They're not in uniform.
Let's see. Very difficult to tell when they are not in uniform.
Yeah, guys, just always wearing uniform
I believe that
so we can figure out
that
who
will
are.
be a national team for the national team weekend.
Yeah.
I was told that Norway and Netherlands would be here for the bronze medal game.
All right. I can also tell you Luxembourg has the ELF treasurer, Greg Ritz, playing for them this weekend.
Henning
so,
Schmidt was a
yeah,
main organizer of that team.
good friend of mine, good friend of ELF.
Good friend of lacrosse.
Yes. The man probably bleeds across. His wife is also,
I didn't know that.
yeah, no, his wife is also inadvertently a huge lacrosse supporter.
Against her
because
choice.
she lets Henning do a lot of things lacrosse related. Danielle, shout out if you're listening to this. I will tell Henning that he owes you a bouquet of flowers at the very least. Thank you, Connor, for giving us the update. 6 feet, just under 2 meters. And Peter Jan coming in with 180 centimeters.
Long poles are great tools for reaching high ceilings and under beds.
From Brienne, who probably is probably like average woman size and can. I would love to have a long pole. I've often used my regular size women's pole to reach top corners of things.
Fun fact, my parents' mailbox is held up with a broken long stick.
Right.
It was shoved into a flower. It's an old milk, the old milk jugs. It's shoved in there, filled full of dirt. And I duct taped the mailbox to the
Upcycling.
Stick. Yep.
Hashtag upcycling.
My parents we do throw rotten vegetables over the fence in the backyard with a long stick.
God, I'm glad I'm not your neighbor.
Our neighbors love us.
Just getting moldy veg thrown over
And
the
there is a
back fence.
short stick with a very broken and malformed head that is used to throw dog refuse over fences.
I'm really glad I'm not your neighbor.
Lacrosse sticks are awesome.
Yes.
You can do. I put a plastic bag over one.
Yeah.
And I used it for a paddle.
Ah.
I had a broken paddle. I have a couple paddle boards in my van. I have a camping van, and I put a plastic bag over it, tied it up real tight, and I used it for a paddle when my paddle was missing.
I'm really looking forward to doing some stand-up paddling when we're in Netanya. I'm
Yeah?
definitely going to take a bit of time off.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've got 2 of them in my van. They're inflatable, so I can stick them
excellent.
under the bed.
Yeah.
Czech wife and I will be headed to Lake Placid the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
That's a beautiful region. If you've never been to Lake Placid tournament, that is hands down my favorite field lacrosse tournament on earth.
Other than all the ECs.
You know what? Those ones are one-offs. Like, no tournament is ever like the next.
No.
And so I'm talking about. You're right. You are correct. I'm talking about the. Oh wow, that looked interesting. But I'm talking about the every year ones. So the best recurring field tournament on the earth is the Lake Placid tournament, and the best box tournament is actually found right here in the Czech Republic, the Ali Herbeski Memorial. You do see 24 teams from across Europe. We did have an Asian team. We had Hong Kong this year.
Yes.
You also see a handful of teams coming from Canada and the U.S.
I've never actually been to AHM.
You are missing out.
I know.
Big time.
I really need to get there.
Big
Yeah.
time. That is.
It's because I don't play box lacrosse.
I tell you what, box lacrosse, in my opinion, is the most viewer-friendly of the versions of lacrosse that we have. I think the NLL does a fantastic job of introducing lacrosse to non-lacrosse people. Oh, there's some bodies all over the floor here. This is a mess.
So in Poland, they often get mistaken when they're carrying their lacrosse sticks. They're going fishing or butterfly picking or apple picking. I quite like to go apple picking. I think it's a very wholesome activity. And yeah,
Like if
I
you had
can
a
see
good
how it would
cradling
work.
action, you could probably pull that
Oh
apple
yeah,
right
that'd be
off.
genius.
If you could really twist that stick and pull
Yeah.
that apple right. Yeah, I think you're onto something. Yeah.
Oh, he looks.
Butterfly
oh, yeah.
catching is
Number 21 looks like he got hit somewhere
He
important.
is holding the cup region.
Yes. Ouch.
Even with a cup, it doesn't feel ideal.
It cannot be good.
The worst one's the throat.
Ooh, yeah.
That one, so we call it pitchforking. You know, it's not the legal definition of the, you know, it's called spearing or a slash. But when you kick a hard stick up under the face mask, it hits your teeth, lips, goes up your
Yeah.
nose and in the eyes.
Ugh.
That's my least favorite one because it feels like you got hit in the face with a shovel. What a save there. Absolutely fantastic save by Will McDonald. That might do it for the game. If Wales has a nice, patient, no rush, there's absolutely nothing compelling Wales to move the ball forward. They've got the game in hand. There's a 5-goal margin. They're relaxing.
I'd like to see one more goal from Poland. I think that'd be like an achievable goal. Finish
Well,
up with a
if-
half the score.
If this ride goes the way that
Also, hi to Brianne's mom, Amy, who's online while
I'm not
Brianne's
sure
at camp.
what exactly is
Ooh.
happening here. The Polish player, Josh Allegra, kind of made an interesting play there. Went for a rusty gate, kind of threw his stick, and immediately pulled his helmet off. He's very. I think the flag is down. That is the correct call. I'm glad that a penalty was assessed to him. Oh, and he is lucky the CBO was watching the trail official report the penalty there because he did throw a stick on the bench, and that is a unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Yeah,
in
you don't
international
need
cross.
that.
You
don't
know what?
need that.
The first thing I say to my kids when I do get young kids and they throw their sticks, I'm like, hey, you know, that stick costs more than you did. Like, you do not throw that stick.
Ouch.
You do not throw.
Yeah.
You never, ever, ever throw the stick.
No, it's just self-respect at that point.
And respecting this game, respecting the other people who play it.
Yeah.
Right? That stick is more than just. It's not a skateboard. It's not a hockey stick. It's you can't play this game without the stick.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Mike Humphreys has been enjoying the coverage. Thank you very much for the compliment, Mike. Thank you for watching. Always appreciated.
aside from Teal, Mike Humphreys. Yes, Graham Teal was up here. He's a very spirited character. I'm a big Graham Teal fan, but
Who's Graham Teal?
he did he did a color commentary game, and
All right.
we did have a couple emails just saying how much other people appreciated his color commentary. There's a flag after the play. I don't know that's really necessary. Just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. The ball was in the goal. You saw Jake Setley there going for an extra unnecessary roughness play. They called for a cross check. The game's in hand. You know, the ball's in the goal. There's nothing to prove. You know, you're not trying to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
I believe that call is just separating the combatants. Is what we call in the officiating.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to say,
If it's a six
Walk
goal,
away,
if it's a 6-goal
deep
game,
breath.
let's keep these guys apart.
yeah.
And so I saw the referees say, keep it in. That is the stall call for international lacrosse.
Right.
I will maybe why? Do we want these guys closer to each other?
No.
Do we want these guys hitting each other?
No.
Do we want God forbid another injury?
Enough of the injuries. I say no to injuries.
Exactly. I'm of that point. You know what? At this point, we don't. Go wherever you want.
Let's keep the last minute injury free. That's your goal on the field, guys. You can't hear this, but I'm sending you vibes to keep it injury free for
Absolutely.
the last minute.
Oh no. So as an official, we like to say, hey guys, be smart. It's not saying stop playing. It's just saying.
Joel
Don't.
Bertinat, are you in Entre Rios in Argentina? We just saw you pop up. Yes, you are from Argentina. Excellent. I love Entre Rios. As I was saying earlier, used to play in Argentina, played in Buenos Aires, and huge fan of Argentina lacrosse. Lots of good friends who played on the national team there.
again, you have that stall call, and they called it early too. You know, like earlier than they've called it throughout the game.
Right.
And it's interesting. Like, what do you think? Poland's going to come back here? Do you think Poland's disadvantaged by, you know, what Wales is doing? Wales is self-preservation at this point in time.
Yeah.
They're so injury laden. Like, you know, like we don't want these players close to each other. You know, in this point in the game.
Just keep it safe the last 9 seconds.
But at the same time, you do have 60 minutes lacrosse, which means you play 60 minutes of lacrosse.
Yeah.
So, like, there's two sides of the coin.
Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, let's just keep it injury-free. There we go. Well done.
And there's that sportsmanship that you do love to see.
Amazing.
I don't know if you see it in every other sport as integral as you do in lacrosse. Like,
I think...
you know, there's sportsmanship in every sport.
Yeah,
But in lacrosse, it's mandatory.
it is.
You just saw that the coach from Wales doesn't hug any of his players first. He hugged the opposing attackman first.
Yeah. And that to me is what drives so many people to stay engaged in lacrosse, is not winning all the time. It's the camaraderie, the sportsmanship, just a sense of community that we have here.
Correct. Your teammates aren't just the 20 guys you're sharing the sideline with. You know, it's everyone who plays lacrosse you can have a conversation. You know, everybody who plays basketball with, that's billions of people.
Yeah.
You can't be friends with all.
No.
Lacrosse, you can literally be friends with just about everyone.
I have gone to countries across Europe and Googled country name lacrosse, message, hey, I'm going to be in your town on Friday night. Do you want to meet for a beer? Yes, always. I've never wanted to meet. You can literally
That's
show up and
how
be like, I'm a lacrosse player.
That's how I got to be friends with Paul and his sister in Barcelona. So yeah, you see a couple of highlights being showed here. Your final score, 9-3, Wales over Poland. I'm Brian Whitmer, joined by Steph Michelson. This has been another wonderful game of the European Under-20 Championships. This year being held 2019 in Prague, Czech Republic. We do invite you to join us the rest of this weekend, as we do see. Next, we have Ireland and the Czech Republic fighting for the bronze medal game.
In just under an hour. So we'll be on again 6:30 in Czech time. That's 5:30 in UK time. 7:30 Eastern time, East of Europe time, and some other time in North America.
Yeah, you guys figure it out.
Yeah, you guys will have Google that stuff.
All right, you guys have a good one, and we'll be back.
See on YouTube. Don't mess with the dingles.
Yeah, one thing we can learn, boys, you do not mess with the dingle. Boys, make it red, white. Red, white, boys.